When we hear the word colony, we usually imagine a huge nest crawling with ants or a buzzing beehive full of workers. But in the insect world, a colony is more than just a group living together. It's a complex system, almost like a tiny city where every individual has a role. Rules are followed without discussion, and survival depends on cooperation. And before we end this video, stay tuned, because we'll have 3 trivia questions to test how well you understood the insect colony life we're about to explore. So, what exactly is a colony in the insect world? At its simplest, a colony is a group of insects of the same species living together and working collectively to survive and reproduce. But unlike random groups, colonies are highly organized. Members don't just coexist, they depend on each other. If one part fails, the whole system can collapse. One defining feature of insect colonies is division of labor. Not all insects in a colony do the same job. In fact, most never will. Take ants, bees, and termites, some of the most famous colony-forming insects. Within these colonies, individuals are divided into castes or specialized roles. You'll usually find a queen, workers, and sometimes soldiers or drones. Each caste has a specific function, and most insects are physically built for their role. The queen is responsible for reproduction. Her main job is to lay eggs, sometimes thousands per day. Contrary to popular belief, she doesn't rule the colony in a commanding way. Instead, she maintains the colony's population through chemical signals called pheromones, which help regulate behavior and unity. The workers do almost everything else. They gather food, take care of the young, clean the nest, build tunnels or honeycombs, and even defend the colony if needed. What's fascinating is that workers often change tasks as they age. Younger workers might stay inside caring for larvae, while older ones go outside to forage, where danger is higher. Then there are soldiers, found mostly in termite and ant colonies. These insects are built for defense, often with large jaws or strong heads used to block tunnel entrances. Some soldier termites can't even feed themselves. They rely entirely on workers, showing just how interdependent a colony truly is. Another key aspect of insect colonies is communication. Since insects can't talk, they rely heavily on chemical signals. Ants leave pheromone trails to food sources. Bees perform the famous waggle dance, which tells others where nectar is located and how far away it is. This silent but precise communication allows colonies to function efficiently, even with thousands or millions of members. Colonies also act almost like superorganisms. Instead of focusing on individual survival, the colony prioritizes the group. A worker ant might sacrifice itself to protect the nest, and from an evolutionary perspective, that sacrifice makes sense because the genes of the colony live on through the queen and future offspring. In short, an insect colony isn't chaos, it's coordination. It's millions of years of evolution shaping teamwork to near perfection. And now that you understand how colonies work, let's see how much you remember. All right, let's see how much you learned. Here are 3 trivia questions. Ready? Let's get started. Question 1. What is the main role of the queen in an insect colony? A. To command and give orders to workers. B. To defend the colony from predators. C. To reproduce and maintain colony unity. D. To gather food for the larvae. Correct answer, C. To reproduce and maintain colony unity. The queen's primary function is reproduction, laying eggs to sustain the colony's population. While many people imagine her as a leader, she doesn't give direct orders. Instead, she releases pheromones that influence behavior, maintain social structure, and prevent other insects from reproducing. Without the queen, most colonies eventually weaken or collapse. Question 2. Which of the following is not a characteristic of eusocial insects? A. Cooperative care of young. B. Clear division of labor. C. Every member can reproduce. D. Overlapping generations. Correct answer. C. Every member can reproduce. Eusocial insects are defined by specialization. Only certain members, usually the queen and sometimes males, are capable of reproduction. Workers and soldiers typically cannot reproduce at all. This reproductive restriction is what allows colonies to function efficiently, as individuals focus entirely on their assigned tasks rather than personal survival or offspring. Last question. Why are insect colonies often described as superorganisms? A. Because they are physically very large. B. Because they share one brain. C. Because individual insects act independently. D. Because the colony functions as a single unit. Correct answer, D. Because the colony functions as a single unit. An insect colony is considered a superorganism because its members function together like the parts of a body. Workers are like organs, soldiers are like immune cells, and the queen acts as the reproductive system. Individual insects may die, but as long as the colony survives, the system continues. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.